Hello, hello, hello. I think that's coming through. I should have actually had a page open to check if that is. Yeah, I can hear myself. Cool. Right. Good evening, world. How are you doing? Looks like I'm not on TikTok tonight. I need to reapply for live access, apparently. So that's in the bag right now, waiting to see what happens there. But yeah, I'm on YouTube and on Twitch. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Apologies for not doing last Thursday on a stream. I was absolutely burnt out and I'm slowly getting back into the swing of things, but from like Thursday through the weekend I just crashed hard. Just a bit of oversleeping and just very little will to do much. I mean, I had a gig, so I managed to push myself through that, and when I got into that, pretty much just went all out energy, which was pretty good. It was a really good gig, enjoyed it. But yeah, around that I'd pretty much just melted. So I've tried to be a bit more productive this week. I've been going through a few of the ideas I've been making over the past streams and just past time sitting at the desk really. So I've been playing with FL for 2 years, and majority of the sessions I've done on FL, I've saved pretty much all of them unless it was super trash. So I spent an hour just going through a few because I don't name them very well. I don't name them at all, really. So I've just been trying to notate down a few and thought it might be a good idea to actually progress some of the things I don't finish and practice that, because I'd like to say starting a beat is easy. And most of the time it is, unless I go in with the wrong mindset. Most of the time it's very easy to start an idea because all you need is like a good sound, a good motif, something that gives you more ideas. And once you find that, you know, at the start of the idea, you can do whatever. The possibilities are endless. But as you start to progress a beat and start to see an idea in mind, how you want to finish, it starts to narrow. So it gets I find it a little bit more difficult there. But maybe it's just something I need to do a little bit more of. So I'll stop waffling on, and if I press these kind of buttons, screens change. There we go. So this is a beat. I can't even remember when I made this beat. Can't remember which beat this is now. Okay, so straight away, this is using a Playbox plugin, sampler. Just high voices, I think. Oh, it's definitely Contact. I don't know how you check, but yeah, this is Playbox. So this was probably made in December or January. What's going on up there? Oh, big notepad screen. No, you can't see these. So what I've done, I think I've changed a setting on here. Let me just test something. Okay, so you can see that one. You just can't see the plugin one. I've got a little notepad plugin, which I think is an absolute genius idea. That doesn't appear on the screen for some reason, but other plugins do. Interesting. I need to know what the behavior is, because sometimes I talk about things or try and show things and you can't see my right click or when I click certain menus, which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, yeah, this is a beat I'm kind of thinking about seeing what we can do with. It looks like the last time I attempted this, I kind of got like a hook idea and a verse idea. So yeah, let's give it a little listen. So yeah, already looks like we've got a good idea or something. It's quite repetitive, but there's a lot of changes in energy and movement, which is helping. I'm thinking immediately, maybe we try something slightly different for the bass on the verses. It can start with the same notes, but then maybe switch into something else, or maybe we just try a whole different other pattern. The other thing is every time the playbox sampler is playing, it's emitting some tape noise. Which one is it? It's this one here. And then when it stops, that tape noise stops. So in the song itself, it's very apparent. So the other thing is maybe I'm just going to layer a load of tape noise across the whole thing just to then mask it. And then, yeah, I think I might just add some subtle piano hidden in the back just to help, just in like maybe the mid, lower mid. Like dun 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 dun. So yeah, there's something like that as well. I don't know about the drums. So I've got to say, that's probably the best drums I've made on a grid, on a little pattern like that, because I don't do this often, really. I kind of avoid it. That's not too bad. I'm probably going to ignore it and see if we can find a different drum to sample with, because if I want to, if the purpose of this is progressing it, though I do like that, but I may ignore it. Okay, so first things first, I think what I'm going to try and do is the piano. What have we got here? Is this a Labs? So what is this in? I don't know what key this is in. Let's try something a little less washed out. So let's get a new instrument going, shall we? Borrow this EXO track. What have we got? Instrument. There's some piano in here. I don't know why even the nicest piano plugins, the stock default one always just sounds really, I don't know, just sets me off the wrong way. It's because it's just so dry. I'm going to grab my guitar. I'm way quicker with a guitar to find out keys than I am with a keyboard. It sounds like it's, I don't know if it's an F major or if it's like a B. I'm not sure. Let me get a guitar. Let's get a guitar with some strings on it. I need to remember to order some guitar strings before I'm needed for musical things, because if I recall, I snapped my guitar string on my last gig. Right. So it's in D minor, F major, but I think it's actually in the key of B, but I can't remember what that is. So if D is Aeolian, whatever B is before that, I don't know, like Phrygian or something. I should remember this stuff, but so 5 is Mixolydian, so it's not that one. It could be Lydian, who knows? Let's see if I can find out, because now I'm getting curious. Modes of major scale. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian. So it's Lydian. I think we're in a B flat Lydian. Okay. Starts on the 4th, characterized by a raised 4th interval. So one, two, three, four. It's an F major. That's all I need to know. Right, well that's taken me a while. So now we're there. Let's get a new pattern going. Give that piano some colour. Everything keeps going to grey lately, and then just because it's grey and everything else is grey by default. Oh, damn it. I'm just, I keep losing things. There we go. Just give me that light blue. Yes. Cool. Piano roll. Right, I'm just going to capture that D and then we'll write the chords around the D chord. This is so confusing. Right. Have I got something pressed on? Usually when you press Enter, I don't even know. I got my... That works. We'll record with that. If I didn't have this Akai here to record from, I would not be able to do it with the keyboard. Alright, that's added something somewhere. And I realised they were coming through quite quiet, so I'm just going to remove all the velocity. I'll have to put that back in. I'm hearing a lot of like high-pitched whining coming through. And I think it's because I've hooked my desk up into... Basically, I've got a big LED strip, just one of those ones what connects to Alexas and Google Homes and stuff. And I realised, looking at the cable of it the other day, if I pull it apart, it has the same RGB plugs as my computer. So I bought an adapter, an extension lead, and I've got it plugged into the PC directly now. So my desk lights up the same colours as my computer, which is pretty cool. It's a shame you can't see it because the camera's at the worst position right now. But it's really nice. You can set it to audio mode, so when the music's kicking in, when I get a good beat, I can make the whole desk move with it, which is cool. I don't know how I got on that subject. Okay, we got some loud piano. Quarter step. Go back there a sec. That needs to go closer there. Okay. Getting somewhere. Let's put that on a loop for a second. Back to the top. Now I'm going to stop everything else playing for a second. If I can find out where that piano is. That one. Let's try that again. Nah. Okay, so this is D. So you got your second, your minor third. Following the minor third, you've got the A, which is the fifth. And they all just sound off. Maybe it has something to do with the fact... Oh no, I'm about to say we've lowered the velocity. Oh, I need to change that setting. It gets so annoying now. I don't know if I like having the auto hide of the left sidebar on or off. Because when I don't expect to go near that side of the screen, it keeps appearing still. I don't know what I was planning with this anymore. It doesn't feel like D is the right one. I actually want it for the verse anyway, so let's just put it in the verse for the time being. I think it'll work, and then I might cut up parts so it's not the whole pattern I'm playing is making. I'm just going to leave it whilst I figure out what I'm doing then. I can never find... So if I hold control and scroll up, you get that old zoom in and out horizontally. How do you do it How do you do it for vertical? Because all I'm doing is destroying that MIDI roll. I can't put it back to normal, can I? Maybe A works. Experiment a few more. What about this? I didn't really want any modulation on this, modulation movement, but it kind of works. But now I feel like I got to find them. Bam, bam, bam. What happens if I just take them down too? I think that's going to clash, isn't it? Kind of. Could be better, could be worse. Definitely could be better. Okay. He's gotta have that B, I think. Oh, that works. If I bring that one up. Oh, they should have been up anyway. What am I doing? Let's just check the stereo presence. Let's make it thin. Let me try something else as well. I don't know which way around to do this, but I kind of want to play. I hear good things about this plugin, so I'm trying to use it more. I'm just trying to see what movement they have on it. Maybe that love filter's got a high pass, which is just a little too aggressive for my liking. I'll have a look. I wouldn't know where it is. We'll keep playing with it. I like that. Just have it subtly. I don't want this to be I want this to be something pushed in the background a little bit so you don't hear it. Some is pushed away. And then I'm just gonna, this might be overkill, but we'll see. I've lost a lot of I wish I knew where the old cut-off was on that. This one. Doesn't seem to be making a difference, that. You just undo and put it back to where it was. Alright. I think that vinyl's just a little bit too much overkill. Kind of just wanted a little bit more, almost a telephone quality out of it. Which is I don't know, let's get everything back on. That's better. Almost. There we go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this piano, side chain it through, and we're just going to wait for the plugin list to load. There we go. I'll get the old boy soothe out. And we're just going to side chain that piano just so the two aren't fighting, because I do want the old ratty piano, the one I've made tonight, just to be in the background to thicken up when there's nothing else around. I still hate the sound of it for some reason. Maybe that'll do it. We can do like a little Bob Rossing here. This could be our little mistake. If this doesn't work, hopefully it's that subtle in the background. No one's looking for it. Heck, if anyone even listens to these beats when I'm finished with them, I'm blessed. So first and foremost, let's just say we're happy with the sound of that and this little pattern. So let's just start cutting it up. My phone make a noise. I have a Snapchat. That's easy. I will see that soon. I might do something different with them there. Maybe whack a filter on that or try something. Because I don't think it's necessary there. I think we've got more than enough. So the other things I would like to look at is switching up the bass pattern and the verse, and also switching up the drums. I think we should possibly look at drums first, because then with what the drums have got, we can make a decision of what's best to do with bass. I really do need to prepare. I need to sort this out a little bit better. So I like the bass coming just after the drums and stuff. Its high voices can go down here. So can the guitar. I like. Don't know what that is. Maybe that works. So yeah, first things first then. Let's just give this a little save. Just going to open up this up here. And I can see what I haven't done at all is split these drums up, which I should have done. Right, so let's have some fun with that then, shall we? They all say Oliver, I know that much. Have I used every single noob? It looks like it, okay. It's not like me to do that. Actually, I haven't a clue what is what. So let's have a look. I'm going to put the kick at the top for the time being. That's a mid-tom, conga, snare, snare. Kick, snare. Oh man, I'm clicking extra things. I'm making some mad mistakes there. Let's pop that. Mid-tom, conga, hat, tambourine. Tambourine tom. Did put a fair few things into this. Mental. Some of these names are lining up, which is good. There, that says conga 1, and that says conga 6. So I think the congas tend to sit on the same channel. But the rest haven't renamed to what I'm using, so I'm a bit confused as to what's what. I don't think that matters right now. It's just, this was made before I started templating things harder. Oh, these are the same, aren't they? I hope I've got these lined up right. This could take a while. This is that kind of stuff that when I think, yeah, I enjoy beat making, I don't think about it for streaming. I'm just there daydreaming to myself, doing mundane things like this for a while. Although I don't think there's anyone about, so I am pretty much just daydreaming to myself, just talking out loud. Yeah, cool. So that one's done. That one's also done. How much more have I subjected myself to? That was weird. Is that all of them? Yep. They're going in different orders, and that's the annoying part. So I don't know where that goes, but that's meant to go. It's a kick. I'm hoping that maybe when I get the drum loop out, I'm thinking there might be some of the percussive elements that I want to keep. Hence me splitting all these up. However, I'm not sure anymore. How am I doing this? How am I keep pulling the wrong ones off? I'll put you there a sec and we'll get you in a minute. There we go. It should start going in order again now. This is why I start new ideas. Dealing with the consequence of my actions. Never seemed that stimulating. So let's see, tams. What I would like to do, if I can come back this way, I have a feeling I've ballsed up between, that's got tam on it, and tam's on the bottom kind of thing. I don't really care about these. I set these all up to the tracks at one point, and for what I'm doing tonight, it's really not helping. So the bottom one needs, yeah, this is a whole mess, but the bottom one should be high tom, followed by everything else as tam, and then followed by tambourine. Let me just put that there. I really have paused these up. I'm trying to line them all up and they're all in different orders, so I can't really just tom 1, tom 2, tam. I don't know why they've all just got horrible names as well. I need to start making some PowerShell scripts to rename things. My samples better. How's it going? The engineer? Am I saying that right? FL Studio is both my beloved and my beloved. I don't know if that's a word. I basically just jumped onto this old project before I started templating and setting things up nicely. And I've just tried to split this pattern, and they're in different orders. So if it's, say, tambourines here, tambourines is down here all of a sudden, and it just became very mundane. Yeah, what I can do, let's just focus on one thing. So we'll focus on the verse again. So the drum beat's not bad, and I don't, like I said earlier, this is actually probably one of the rare few times I've made a drum beat I'm quite happy with. It's not amazing, but it's definitely one of the most interesting beats I've made. Drum beats, that is. So there is no way just to mute the whole group. That'll do. If they stay off. Cool. Right. I'm going to play the old easy way out of this. Oh, I don't have a splice bridge. This is definitely an early template or no template track. I do love that playbox sampler, and I want to mess around with it more. So I spent a good hour yesterday uninstalling Splice twice, a load of registry keys, this and that, and reinstalling it. So hopefully, here we go. So I say hopefully it comes back, because following an update, all I've had is nothing from Splice. It's just, I've had a week of just no Splice, which is fine. It's not like I'm acting like I've had a week without power. But it's great for giving me ideas. So hopefully bridge is running. These drums aren't going to fit, but I'll click live groove. Kind of on acoustic. Ugh. Damn. And it's like half-time kind of beat. So we're at 98. Yeah, I didn't pick hip-hop, did I? No wonder that's why metal is coming through. Let's get rid of some of these genres. Triple dub. That's definitely more metal than anything. Don't start from the top again. I'm gonna. There's something in that. And a smarter person would be able to do something with it. I wish I could play drums. Oh yeah, I don't have any drum set up. I never struggle usually to find something that even fits remotely. That's the closest, and I don't know how I feel about that, you know? I would have took that drum to sample if it didn't have a snare on it. Bam, bam, gap, the gap, the gap, bam, bam, gap, bam, gap. If I had that once, so I could sample some variation into it, I'd have took that. I want to make a bossa nova beat soon. So everything under these red, orange, yellow gradient little sample box are just extra, all of them. Drummer has finally got some attention. Let's just play that over the hook a second. It's hard to find something because some of these drums are doing just too much. And the ones that have the great groove, I don't know, the drums, the samples choice could be better, I guess, for what I want. I don't want metal. Right. Screw it, I'm just putting a hip hop in. Could take it in a very different direction, I think, but if I do that, it's just going to ruin everything. Because that annoying bass line is quite pivotal to this track, really. Was that from Splice, or was that just something I'm fudged up? See that? I like the groove. I hate the sound. Too much hi-hat play for what I need. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Kind of like that. I think we got something. It means I get to keep the drums I've got at the moment. And it will obviously need EQ in and stuff. But I like that. It's like 76 BPM. Let's drag that down here a second, shall we? Okay. Detect. Type in 7/6. Do not set the tempo. So FL comes out with some cool stuff, like with its updates and stuff. I hope one of them is when you tell it what the tempo is. It can just auto assume you don't want to set the project to the drum tempo. Right, bring it back. cool little Timbaland-esque rhythm, that thing. Right. I want to listen to that without all these being on. Ah. I'm going to ruin this a little bit. It's already kind of just clipping, I think. I get ideas. The problem is you shouldn't mix stuff soloed. And I keep sound designing solo and then balls it up. So let's bring back the main window. Now what was I meant to be doing here? I have no clue, you know. I'm just going to turn it down now. There's definitely frequencies in that what are just irking me. But I don't want to waste any more time. I always get a little bit overconscious when I start streaming beat stuff because it's like I don't want to be boring people with me just obsessing over one feature for too long, but that tends to be what I do. Yeah, let's just pop that there a second and is this amble bass? Because if so, it was a really good job I did with it for once. But I'm just curious. Didn't need to clone the effects. Why did I do that for? Oh, so the Rickenbacker. Yeah, I was playing heavy with the contact instruments then. Because what I was curious about was not the upright, but prime. This may take a while. Yeah, it's loaded on. So you can have full screen me for a little bit. I don't know what to do or say, so I'm going to have a drink. But Do you like my Tom Nook kimono, maybe? I have an addiction to playing on AliExpress. So I was buying loads of like little cables, like one for my computer, a little desk grip to hold my PlayStation pad, little things like that. I always just buy little things once a month, little nerdy things. And then I saw this kimono. I was like, yeah, I'm totally getting a Tom Nook kimono. Because now I can get a big gut. And it'll just look more like the Tom Nook experience. You know, he's a little fat raccoon dude, isn't he? So this is like kimono shirts and my Hawaiian shirts. Just big fat party animal vibes. Or is that the Simpsons joke? Anyway, we are at like a third. Anyway, I can't tell if it's playing anything or not. I'm going to change the screen because I don't like seeing myself in full screen. You can't see that window, so there's a little window just around here. You can't even see my mouse pointer, I don't think. Oh, is it just me or is Splice still there? Yeah, so you can't see my mouse pointer, which is odd. Or I can't see my own mouse pointer on this stream. But you can't see my contact window either, that's a shame. I wonder if there's a way around that. So whilst we're waiting on this loading bar, let's see if I can change some settings and see what happens. Capture method. I'll try this Windows 7 and up thing. Nope. I can see my projects is playing in silence, which I can't see on the main screen. But yeah, you can't see. There's my mouse pointer, but you can't see any of these windows I'm dragging. It's almost there anyway. It just seems strange that. What if I set it to automatic? Still nothing. Alright, we'll set it back to what it was because I may have broke things. I possibly have broken things. Let's see if I can fix them before it comes back up. I was wondering if this bass sounds a little nicer. I already like the sound of it. They're both no. Maybe I can bring one in for the hook. See what this does. I don't know which one I prefer anymore, you know. I want to pick one or the other because it doesn't look like transitioning from. Right. Other thing I'm just going to do right now, just to help, doing my sweet nutting. Going to sort out that tape noise, no tape noise problem. Straight away, that sounds nice. Now, this, like I say, and this is on an either old template or no template. So yeah, I normally have like a spare track just to put tape noise, drum loops, and the malark on. So let's just grab that. Grab that. See what I mean? That's already so much better. So now I've just got to give it its own audio track and tame it. I like the orange it's gave me. Let's go with orange. I want to do something as well to that. So both of them. I've got so many things going on. My ADHD head is not helping stuff. So this and that one. I'm going to move these microphone tracks out of the way. We don't need to be worried about those. Okay. So that's tape noise. Just going to bring that over here and bring it down over. That's what I want. A high voice. And the guitar, which comes in a second. We'll try all four of them actually. So I'm just going to bring them into a bus. Now, this is why I want to learn about using like the filters a bit better and seeing if there's a good one. I want it for this bit. What's going on at the end of that? It's like something falls over. What is that? Just you. That's better. Maybe it was just a mistake from before I had forgotten to figure out. For some reason, my RGB keyboard ain't RGBing. I can't see what's going on. And I can't really see what's going on most of the time anyhow. Because I didn't screw this mask. I think it works if I wire it. Yeah, I can see things. Cool. Right. It's starting to feel a little wider now. I think by taking the bass out, it's giving the guitar sample more space. So I'm thinking the only thing I'd want to do right now is maybe put a different idea on that bass. Maybe, I don't know. Let's start from there again. Maybe that's all the difference you need, because it's just an octave, wasn't it? This one's grittier. That there we go. I want the high voice just to disappear at times, and the tail of it was just dragging on for half a bar than I wanted it to. Right, I can't really be bothered to do too much right now because that's just who I am. So let's just tidy stuff up. I'm going to call this Inst Bus, and we're going to give it some sort of colour. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what that is, but that's there. Am I using my samplers for anything? I be not. So let's take those and move them to the end. Same here. Let's bring that up. I'll bring Splice Bridge up. I don't think I'm doing anything with them, so I'm just going to push them down. Out of mind, out of sight, out of mind, and all that jazz. So I'm going to come back to this guitar sound, go to that instrument bus, which I've already forgotten about. Why is it the same colour as other things? Thank you. I don't know what instrument 25 is, but it's sidechain into the guitar. I'll keep an eye on that for whatever I've done that for. But anyway, this instrument bus, we're going to come over here and just make an automation clip or two. Where is that placed? That I'm going to put it under the guitar because it'll be the easiest placed. I'm going to make a few cuts actually. Right. First one, actually, is it on or off? That would be the best thing to check. So currently, it's off. Cool. So off is bottom. So from this part of the verse, I'm going to make this bit unique, and I'm just going to bring this up. If it'll let me. Alright. So from here. better. So that's half the idea I want. I just want it frequency cut up, a little bit chewed up. I may do a little bit more with it. Or I could just do it with the piano. I think what I'm going to do, grab those. I'm going to make sure there's another hook set up there. I'm just thinking, I'll bring in this alternative percussion there, but I'd like to find a way to introduce that as well. And this is why I just need to play a lot more with different techniques of transforming sound, like filters and modulation, just some stuff with some motion. Let's just call this hook 2. And for some reason, it's probably put it at the start. Of course it has. Okay. So far, I'm thinking this is before I've even added like any good transients, and I've come at this, I feel like I came at it a little bit rushed tonight because I've been going through a few different ideas and I've just picked pick the last open thing I've got, but it's getting somewhere, it's shaping up, you know. So we need an intro still, but we've got a hook, a verse, and hopefully another hook to come back to. So I basically need to tidy up this filter, which I've got on the instruments. You see, it's off for the choruses. It's somewhat on for the verses, which is giving us a bit more variety again, just giving the break to the ear. The drum beats need just making less loopy and more feeling natural, at least not so repetitive that they stand out. Let's get my old notepad out. Actually, we'll leave that. Another idea for a filler, but we don't need it yet. Finding a way to introduce pattern in verses subtly, I think. If I can do that, then I think it'll help it just not feel like it's just appearing out of nowhere. We need some transient sounds, we need some risers, and we need some, whatever the upper riser is it downer? Other than that, tidy up the drum tracks. Alternate kick pattern. It's weird, this one, because the only beat I can find that fits on it is the one I added at the time, which is not normally that's the only one that doesn't fit. I think what I'm going to do is try and get at this in the day between work or something and just tidy it up. So so I know what my drums are doing, because right now those each of those patterns is, if all of the first two parts of track one is conga, the next one's kick drum. I need all the congas on one line, all the kick drums, this and that, just focus on it better. So that needs tidying up. We've done a little bit. We've done a fair bit. Consider changing baseline in verse. Maybe verse 2. Even if it starts with the same notes, it may venture onto something else. So I might come at this with a bit more relaxed. I'm hitting a bit of a block. Well, I'm just a bit dead, if I'm honest. I'm struggling to get used to waking up before work. I've been flat out at work lately. I've been developing a few tools. There's a big tool to help us. I basically work in data, moving data around, either clients coming to us or clients leaving. The system updates going in or out, and I'm the guy who gets it in or out, and sometimes fixes it when it's in there. So I've been building a tool to take our competitor software, customers leaving them, it will convert their data and whack it straight in our system. And then at the same time, automating some old scripts, turn them into one PowerShell script that produces a load of files. So that stuff's fun, and it just drains. So we're at like almost 10:30. I was hoping to stick around till 11, but I think I'm going to have a glass of water, a cigarette, and head to bed because I'm struggling to see a little bit, and I'm getting a bit overwhelmed with how much there is to do here. But I get uncomfortable finishing stuff which is why I never release anything. And being uncomfortable is how you learn, is how you grow. So we'll do this again on Tuesday, and next Tuesday, and I'll squirm and try and finish this beat or another one. Hopefully this one. I need the dopamine of seeing something to completion, I'm going to try and get the game in on Thursday. I wanted to come on over the weekend and catch up for that. So I may try and put a spare one in here or there. So yeah, if I'm still awake and alive by Thursday, then you will see me then. I can't remember what else I was going to say. So I'm going to have my little cream soda. I'm going to have a cigarette, a glass of water. I'm going to pop myself in bed. Thank you so much for jumping in tonight. I hope it hasn't been too boring. I hope you've been entertained, even if you're thinking, what the hell is that dude doing? And what the hell is that beat he's making? I've been Gigi. I am very, very sleepy, so I'm going to go catch up on some of those. You guys have a wonderful evening, a wonderful night, and maybe I will see you on Thursday. And maybe I'll be back on TikTok as well. But yeah, all the best. Take care.